and out from under the seat, he pulls out a cat. I was like... Hey y'all, if you're new here, I'm Christine. Welcome to my channel. And if you're not new here, I've been a little MIA, but hey boo, I see you coming back. I have so much to tell you, but also not a lot to tell you because I've vlogged literally everything. I don't even know where to start. What's today? September 2nd. The last time that you guys saw a vlog from me, it was 2 weeks ago, but the vlog you saw was from the end of July. So you really haven't seen literally anything that's happened this entire month. I did mention to you guys that August was just gonna be crazy for us, and it has been. It is now September 2nd, and I'm about to put on some makeup because I have a little coffee date this morning, and then while I do that, we're just gonna chit chat. We're just gonna kind of catch up. Genuinely, I want to know how you're doing. Let me know in the comment section. If you watch on your TV, a bunch of you asked me, like, if I'm watching on my TV, how do I comment on? But if you think about it, come back, pick up your phone, comment on the video. It actually really helps me a lot, but that's what we're gonna be doing today. So let's get into it. I didn't even bring like a mirror. Like, I'm so unprepared for everything that's happening right now. I don't even know how much makeup I want to put on because, as you can see, I have lashes and Haley snatched my brows. I've just really been rocking no makeup lately. Where do I start? Let me just start by saying I have been vlogging everything. The last vlog that you saw, we were in Houston with Sosa. That was the last weekend of July. The first weekend of August, we had Bonique bridal shower, and Horace and I's anniversary was on the same day. The weekend after that, we had Camila's birthday party. The weekend after that, we had our bachelorette party in Dallas, which was lit. And then this past weekend, this last Tuesday, I just got back from North Carolina. So I have just, in North Carolina, all I wanted to do was chill because I was so exhausted just going every single weekend. And I'm not, if you know me at all, like, I am a home body. Like, I like to be home, but my best friend's getting married. What do you want from me? I have vlogged everything. I just haven't had time to sit down, edit it, and then post it. A lot more goes into it than just obviously filming it. I have to put everything together. And then let me know how you like your vlog situations, because I personally like anywhere between like 15 to 20 minutes of a vlog. I don't want a vlog that's like obviously like 30 minutes, but then I also don't want a vlog that's like 8 minutes, because at that point I'm just like, what's the point? Like, what can you possibly tell me in 8 minutes? You know what I mean? But that's just me. So if you prefer shorter length like vlogs, let me know, because then I will just cut up the vlogs that I have into like shorter little tidbits. But if you genuinely enjoy like a longer form vlog, let me know, because then I'll edit it that way. I just have so much content, but I also don't know how much content I actually have, if that makes any sense at all. Like, I know I filmed, but I'm not sure what I filmed or like how it went. I know that for the bridal shower, I have plenty of footage. I actually started to edit that a couple weeks ago, and I just couldn't do it. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna finish this in time, and I don't know why. Because it's YouTube, I don't have to be here Wednesday at 3 p.m. I can be here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if I know I can't finish what I'm doing by Wednesday and get it up by 3 p.m., I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it. But what's wrong with me posting on a Thursday or a Friday? Literally nothing. So I need to stop acting like I have to clock in every week at 3 p.m. because I don't, and just freaking do what I have to do. Hopefully we can get that together. I'm gonna blend this out really quick. Before my little break, I did post a couple videos letting you guys know that I've been like just in a really weird space. I know in my tattoo video, I let y'all know like how I wasn't really feeling like inspired to like create anything, but it's been a lot outside of that. And I feel like I was in this place to where I didn't know if I was going or coming or what the situation was. But I feel like after this month, I just have so much clarity on what I'm doing and what I want to do. It's just a matter of getting it done and how that's gonna play out. I just feel like being off the internet, but also like being so freaking busy, like it's just put a lot into perspective for me. And I feel like I've had that perspective for a long time. It's just now I've accepted it for what it is, and I need to get those things rolling, and I will. It's just a matter of time. Since then, I am in a great space now. I am inspired to create things, but also it's fall and pumpkin spice is coming back. I don't know, like I'm just in such a better headspace, which is interesting because I know by the end of the month, I'm gonna take all that back. September is really hard for me, but we're not gonna think about that right now. We are going to focus on our good mood and how we're feeling right now. I will just say that those of you who have sent me like such kind, encouraging messages or letting me know that just by me sharing what I'm going through on the internet, you resonate with that. And that's why I need to be here, because I feel like I'm such an emotionally open person. I'll tell you anything, I really don't care. But at the same time, I do those things and I share those things because I know when people say things out loud that I'm feeling, I'm like, oh, it's not just me. Like, kind of validates what I'm going through. So again, when I'm able to open up about the situation, I will. But as of right now, I'm not. But I just know that I need to be here to share these things with you guys. I know it always hits with somebody, and that's always the goal. I'm still working behind the scenes on that, but I'm in a much better space than I've been with the whole like backwards and forwards. Like, my mind's pretty made up as of right now. Also, this is completely unrelated, we're moving on. I don't know what's going on with me, but I have been bruising like crazy. Like, I've always bruised really easy, but lately I have been so beat up. I'll throw in a video that I took the other day of how beat up I was, and this was before the bachelorette party. After the bachelorette party, I came back with the biggest bruise on the top of my foot. It was insane. I'm all over the place. I haven't had any coffee this morning and it's 8 a.m. So I got my lashes done. Shout out to Lavish Lash. She will be linked on my Instagram. So I don't think I ever explained this to you guys. I did let you guys know when I introduced you to Onyx Bridesmaids. I did let you guys know that we had discussed going to Vegas for the bachelorette party, which I'm so glad didn't wind up working out. Like, I didn't. Anyways, we discussed Vegas, but that just didn't pan out. But it didn't pan out after I had already purchased my flight to Vegas. So that's why I winded up in North Carolina, because the bachelorette party plans had changed. I had already made arrangements on my end for my girls, for my mom to have my girls. Everything was already arranged for me to be gone, but Vegas didn't wind up panning out. So then instead we winded up doing Dallas, but I had already bought my flight to Vegas. All I did was transfer like my location, like where I was going to be flying to. Okay, it's 8:15. I gotta get my life together really quick. So my flight to North Carolina, let's talk about it. If you didn't say bless you, rude. My flight to North Carolina. I'll get there, I promise. So when I left, I flew out so freaking early Saturday morning. My flight was like at 6 a.m. Shorty took me to the airport. Shout out to Shorty, she a real one. Got there like at 4:30. And I've never flown by myself until I went to Dallas. I've flown just me and Lo before, but never just me by myself. That was interesting. The amount of time it takes you to get through security when you only have to worry about yourself is immaculate. It took me no time at all to get through security. All of the airports that I went to were freaking dead. I know on Monday mornings, it's usually a busy time to fly here in San Antonio because of the amount of military people that we have, but there was nobody at the airport Saturday morning when I was there. So it was really easy to get in and get out through security. My flights are pretty short. I didn't have any like super long flights except for my time coming back. So I got to North Carolina in a decent amount of time, but I wasn't able to be picked up from the airport for a little while. That airport I was in Greensboro. I flew into Greensboro. So I was supposed to be in Charlotte on Saturday, but it was cheaper to fly into Greensboro than it was to fly into Charlotte. But the thing is, my overlay was in Charlotte. So I genuinely could have not gotten on my second flight to Greensboro. It was like a 20-minute flight, and which Greensboro and Charlotte, now that I know, are like an hour and a half away from each other. That's why it's such a quick flight. Well, I was like, why am I being laid over in Charlotte if it was so much? I'm talking like almost $300 more to fly into Charlotte than it was to fly into Greensboro. And mind you, I'm working on flight credits, so I had already paid a set price for my ticket and I didn't want to spend any more money on it. I was like, okay, I'll just fly into Greensboro, not knowing my overlay would be in Charlotte. Anyways, I got on my second flight and I was so upset when, as soon as it happened, I like me a window seat partially because of the content. Like, I can get, you know, footage of like the plane ride and the wings and stuff like that, which I did grab and it was fire. But I'm a window seat girl. So I was sitting by the window and this old man comes to sit in the middle seat. Cool. Hi. How are you? How you doing? So he comes to sit in the middle seat. Well, we're about to leave. Like, the flight's about to take off and there's nobody in the aisle seat. And so I guess that seat is open. Does the man move? Does he move to the aisle seat? No. He stays in the middle. He stays in the middle seat and he's constantly looking over at me to look out of my window. I'm like, bro, back it up. Like, what are you doing? I was so annoyed. Mind you, it was only a 20-minute flight, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. But don't be that person. Why would you not choose to sit in the aisle seat if it's open? Why would you choose to sit that close to somebody if you don't have to, is my point. I also had every intention of showing you guys my outfits because I did order quite a bit of things from like Shein and stuff, but I was busy. Yeah, that was my flight into Greensboro. So I landed in Greensboro. Again, I spent some time at the airport. It is so dead there. There is nobody coming in and out of that airport. It's so dead. And usually my experience is when you fly into less busy airports, it's usually more expensive. So again, I have no idea why it was so expensive to fly in Charlotte. But anyways, I get picked up from Greensboro and we make the road trip to Charlotte, which was a vibe. Like, I'm always down for a road trip. I'm a driver. Like, I am a driver. I know I've mentioned this before about like how it's just kind of second nature for me because I'm in Texas, but I don't know if that's all Texans. I know it's me personally. I just prefer to drive. So I drove us the hour and a half. It was fine. It was chill. We got to where we were staying and we unpacked and all that stuff. Once I landed, I just wanted to chill. Like, I didn't want to do anything. Am I the only one with pencil lip liners that doesn't have a sharpener? Because why am I like this? I really need to get a sharpener. Like I said, I had been so busy the entire month. I really just needed to chill. So Saturday, we did absolutely nothing. I don't even think we left the house. Yeah, I don't think we left the house at all. We were just inside on Saturday. But then Sunday, I ended up going out. I ended up getting some coffee. Shorty sent me this cute little coffee shop, so I went and I got to do that. 10 out of 10. So freaking good. Such good coffee. Like I said, we really didn't do much. The next day we went to like, it's kind of like a Dave & Buster's, but it's like their version of a Dave & Buster's. If you're on my story, then you saw all that. My days are so all over. That was Monday. So then Tuesday was time to go. My flight, I don't know why I didn't look at what I was doing. I just booked it. I just booked the flight where I needed to go at the times that I needed to be there. And they flew me to Chicago. And I went from North Carolina to Chicago. Why would you fly me to Chicago? So I get to Chicago and the Chicago airport is so big. When I landed, it gave me a map of the airport and said it was gonna take 22 minutes to get to my terminal. And I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
There was a way. That's exactly what happened. It took me so long to get to my terminal. And mind you, I'm 5'0" nothing. I have my suitcase all by myself. I have my duffel bag that I took, but then I had also won this little basketball at the place that we went to that's kind of like a Dave & Buster's, and I didn't want to part with it. Like, that's my basketball. And then I had to get food, so I had my food. Obviously, I had my drink, my duffel bag, my basketball, my luggage. Like, I was just going through it. And then they have those little platforms that you put your stuff, like you walk on, and every time I got on one of those, I felt like I was gonna fall over. I was starving because I hadn't eaten. It was just a whole thing. So if you can avoid the Chicago airport, absolutely do that. If you cannot, just be prepared because, girl, I was not prepared. I forgot to mention while I was in North Carolina, before I caught my flight, we had stopped at the mall because I had some time to kill before my flight, and I got a tattoo. It's the only time I've ever just randomly gotten a tattoo. I've never just walked into a tattoo shop and was like, we're gonna get a tattoo. I got this little, it's very bruised. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna throw in a picture instead of showing you what it looks like. I got this little tattoo. It was so quick. It was so off of a whim. Like, I was just,
tell me I won't get a tattoo.
Tell me I won't get a tattoo. Don't tell me I won't do something because I'm gonna do it just because. So I did. I ended up getting a tattoo, which I do not recommend getting a tattoo before you hop on an airplane because my arm felt so swollen from being in the air. And then I have tattoos. I've never had anybody massage my tattoo while it was happening. Bro kept like tattooing me. He would pick up his gun and then he would massage my arm. And I was like, that's weird. I don't know if that's like a technique he has. I don't freaking know. But I'm so sensitive. I just said that. So now my tattoo tattoo is like bruised because dude was just rubbing me hella hard, and I'm sensitive. That happened. Again, do not recommend getting a tattoo before a flight because it's just not a good idea. We know that now. It's okay. You live and you learn. Chicago. I get to the Chicago airport, mind you, all this stuff that I have, and anytime I get on one of those things, it like walks you, but everybody on there is like booking it. Everybody on there is walking so fast. So I felt pressure to walk fast in my 5 foot nothing little legs. Like I hate. Ask Sosa, ask anybody that's taller than me that I have to walk around with. You're gonna slow down. You're gonna slow down because I got little legs and I'm not about to sit here, be out of breath trying to keep up with you. Like I'm not. I was just so anxious the entire time I was at that airport. The amount of anxiety that I had walking through that airport, big ass airport, it was just not for me. It's just not a vibe. I can't even imagine trying to get to that airport with a family and children, or like Monique in her wheelchair. Like it would stress me out because I was stressed out just on my own. So it was so weird. Anytime I leave Texas, it's just such an experience as far as like what's outside of here, especially San Antonio. San Antonio is such a predominantly Hispanic space that anytime I leave it, I'm like, oh, we're not just like everywhere. Like in Alabama, it's genuinely like a 50-50 split. You're either around everybody that's African American or you're on everybody that's white. In North Carolina, I also obviously didn't get out much, but the little bit that I did get out, there was a lot of white people over there. I just didn't genuinely see like not one Mexican. So getting into Chicago and then getting to my terminal that was going to San Antonio, I was just like, ugh, this feels like home. Like there was hella Mexicans, like everybody was traveling, everybody was so nice. It's just different when you're used to a certain culture and you're away from it for a little while. So it was good to like be back with my people, you know what I mean? So my flight from Chicago to San Antonio, let's talk about it. I board this flight. It's a pretty big flight. It's late. My flight left at like 8:30 and I get on. I, for some reason, have an aisle seat and there's this kid next to me. He's a kid. He's probably like maybe 20, maybe. He's just sitting in the middle. So then the flight attendant keeps saying it's not a full flight, it's not a full flight, it's not a full flight. She's so nice and she's moving people around, accommodating them at wherever they want to sit. They're free to sit. Does kid move? Did the old man move? Does kid move?
He does not.
So the flight attendant comes over and she's like, the seat next to you is free. He said, I know, I bought both the seats. You mean to tell me you bought both the seats and you choose to sit in the middle? Like what? She's like, okay. She said, I just didn't know if you wanted to spread out. And I was like, do you want to spread out? Like we can spread out. And kid was like, no, I'm okay, I'm comfortable here. And he had all of his like luggage in the seat next to him by the window. Kid, what? So then he, I guess, gets the hint that I'm uncomfortable because, like I said, if I feel some type of way, most of the time you're gonna like know it just by my expressions. But he winds up moving over to the window seat, and then another flight attendant comes over because he has way too much stuff like just by him. Like we're in an airplane, you can't just have your stuff loosey-goosey around, you know what I mean? So the flight attendant, another flight attendant, a more senior one it seemed, she came over and told him he was gonna have to stow his stuff. So he gives her one of the bags, and out from under the seat he pulls out a cat. I was like, what? Like I understand people have to travel with their animals. It was just the way that it all played out. Like on top of you wanting to sit in the middle seat, on top of you buying, I mean, probably that's why he bought both seats, but on top of me finding out you bought both seats and you still want to sit in the middle, the flight attendant coming over letting you know you have way too much shit going on, you pull out a cat from underneath the seat. Okay, bro. Okay. So he pulls out this cat and I'm like, I need to take a nap. I need some sleep. I'm so exhausted. Mind you, the time change, I know it's only an hour, but going from my time to that time and then back, it was just a lot, especially when you're flying. And then I kept forgetting that I got a tattoo, so every time I touched my arm I was like, oh, it's just, I was not thriving. So Tuesday night I finally get in. Shorty again picked me up from the airport, ate a real one, and now I am home. So that was my North Carolina flight experience. Today is Friday. I just got back on Tuesday night, so Wednesday was my first full day home. Liliana lost a whole ass tooth while I was gone. Having to get back into a routine is so much, but yesterday I went to the gym and then I had to be in Kerrville for a little funeral, and it was so good to be home and see everybody, and I don't know if I'm going back today. Yeah, this morning I have a little coffee date to catch up with a friend. He texted me the night before I was leaving to North Carolina that they were going out for his birthday, and I was so upset because my flight was at 4 a.m. and there was no way I could have made it. And I felt so bad because it's his birthday. So I didn't wind up going out with him. And so we're gonna grab coffee this morning. I'm excited to see him. You guys know Hunter. So I'm gonna go have coffee with Hunter. If you don't, I will link his video. He's been here a couple times. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some coffee. I am going to be behind the scenes. If you don't see me, I promise you I'm working. I'm either editing or doing social media stuff or trying to get my life together. So just thank you so much for being patient with me, and thank you for those of you who have still been here and have still caught up with me. I'm gonna say this out loud, and I don't want anybody to hold me accountable for it, but I'm kind of thinking, do I want to drop like a cute little sweater for the fall time? I know I said I'd never do merch again because fuck merch. Like it was, it was a great experience. I absolutely loved it, but I cannot hold myself to that standard anymore. But I was thinking, how cute would it be to drop a sweater? I don't know. I'm just putting that out into the universe. I don't have any kind of design. Oh, that's another thing. I was designing merch for Justin for the whole A30 Fest that he was having. Or if you're not from Kerrville, Justin is one of my best friends. Like, he's family. We've been best friends since middle school. He was really close with my brother, but also him and I have always been really close after that. So he was doing this A30 Fest in Kerrville, which winded up falling through, but I was designing merch for him for that. We might still team up. We might still link up. And I'm kind of, honestly, I'm not glad it fell through, but it works out for me that it fell through because he wanted me to be there and like pop up, but I was going to be in Dallas, so there was no way that was going to happen. So another thing, if he winds up putting on something else or when it is rescheduled, if you want to come out, if you want to meet me, if you already know me but you want to chill for a second, you want to catch a photo, whatever the case may be, let me know, because I will definitely set that up with him to be there for you guys and bring you something cute. I'm not going to show up empty-handed. I don't know what it'll be and if that's even happening, but if you want a little meet and greet moment, let me know, because we will definitely make that happen as well. I think that's all, but you will be seeing all the vlogs that I've mentioned in this video. I just really needed to make this video to kind of clear my brain and put everything on a time track for myself. That's just how my brain works. It just has to be done. It's 8:40 and I gotta go. Okay, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you very, very soon, I promise. Bye! It was like, if I'm messing with my hair, it's because I never know what to do when it's curly, because it's not really curly, it's like wavy, but let me get my stuff situated. Do I even have like any kind of mirror in here? Hello? I just lost my beauty blender. I found it. My door was unlocked. Who let that happen? That is so dangerous. What was I saying? Oh, my flight. Let me get it together. So, what did I do in my mirror? Hello? Ah! Got powder all over my shirt. My camera keeps overheating. Ugh. Now my battery is dying. Oh my god, bro. That's not right. Hello? Okay.